Have you ever felt a sting from someone's words? A subtle jab disguised as a joke, or a smile that didn't quite reach their eyes? In a world buzzing with noise, endless notifications, carefully curated social media facades, and relationships that sometimes feel more like transactions than connections, it's easy to miss the signs of hidden negativity draining your energy. Welcome to ZENLIGHT 8, where we dive deep into living with clarity, strength, and purpose through the lens of Stoic wisdom. Today, we're peeling back the layers of the 12 signs of hidden hatred, those sneaky behaviors that dim your light and sap your joy. Stick with me through this journey, because by the end of this video, you'll not only spot these red flags from a mile away, but also learn practical Stoic-inspired steps to protect your peace and build relationships that truly lift you up. In 2025, your time and energy are your most valuable assets. Let's make sure you're investing them wisely. So, grab a notebook, settle in, and let's uncover the truth together. Picture this. You're sitting across from someone you call a friend, their laughter filling the room, their compliments flowing like honey. But as you walk away, there's a heaviness in your chest, a nagging feeling that something's off. Their words were kind, but their eyes were cold. Their praise felt like a script, not a sentiment. That, my friends, is the mask of hidden hatred, and it's more common than you think. Here at ZENLIGHT 8, we're not just here to point out the problem. We're here to arm you with the tools to rise above it, drawing from the timeless wisdom of Stoicism to navigate a world that's louder, faster, and more connected than ever. In 2025, where every ping on your phone can pull you into someone else's drama, recognizing these subtle signs of negativity isn't just a skill, it's a superpower. Let's talk about what hidden hatred really looks like. It's not always loud arguments or obvious betrayal. Sometimes it's the coworker who smiles while dismissing your ideas in a meeting, or the friend who always seems too busy when you need them most, but expects you to drop everything for them. It's the family member who cloaks their criticism in "I'm just being honest," leaving you questioning your worth. These are the masks people wear, not out of malice sometimes, but out of their own insecurities, envy, or unresolved pain. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, remind us that we can't control others' actions, only our response. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." So, how do we apply this today? Start by observing. This week, take a moment to notice the energy around you. Who leaves you feeling drained after a conversation? Who subtly undermines your wins while pretending to celebrate them? I remember a time when I had a colleague who'd always say, "Wow, you're so lucky to get that promotion." But the word lucky carried a sting, as if my hard work didn't matter. That's when I realized their words weren't about me, they were about their own struggles. Stoicism teaches us to see this clearly, to not take it personally, but to protect our peace anyway. Try this. Grab a journal and jot down one interaction that felt off this week. Maybe it's a friend who always changes the subject when you share good news, or a partner who brushes off your feelings with a quick, "You're overreacting." Write down how it made you feel, and one small action you can take to reclaim your energy. Maybe it's a polite but firm boundary, like saying, "I appreciate your input, but I'd like to focus on solutions right now." This isn't about cutting people off. It's about choosing who gets a front row seat in your life. In a world where we're bombarded with over 3,000 notifications a month, yes, studies show that's the average for smartphone users, your mental space is sacred. Protect it like you'd protect your home. By spotting these signs early, you're not just dodging negativity. You're building a life aligned with your values, surrounded by people who see your light and want to see it shine brighter. Stay tuned, because next, we're diving into how Stoic wisdom can help you turn these observations into a powerful plan for living with unshakable clarity and strength. Now that we've started to peel back the masks of hidden hatred, let's talk about the antidote, the Stoic wisdom that anchors you in a world that's constantly trying to pull you off course. Imagine you're standing in the middle of a storm, notifications pinging, social media feeds screaming for your attention, and people around you projecting their insecurities in subtle, stinging ways. The Stoics, like Seneca, would tell you that the storm isn't the problem, it's how you stand in it. Seneca once wrote, "There is no person so severely punished as those who subject themselves to the whip of their own remorse." In 2025, that whip often comes from letting others' negativity seep into our minds, from giving our energy to those who don't value it. So, how do we reclaim our power? It starts with understanding that your peace is your greatest asset. In a culture where we're conditioned to please everyone, to keep the peace at all costs, choosing who gets your time is a radical act of self-love. Think about the last time you felt drained after a conversation. Maybe it was a friend who always needs your advice but never takes it, or a colleague who subtly competes with you instead of collaborating. I once had a mentor who'd say, "You're doing great," for someone at your level. That backhanded compliment stuck with me, not because it was true, but because I let it fester. Stoicism taught me to see it for what it was, their limitation, not mine. Here's how you can apply this today. First, pause and reflect. This week, carve out 10 minutes, yes, just 10 minutes, to sit with your thoughts. Ask yourself, who in my life lifts me up? Who leaves me feeling like I'm carrying their baggage? Write down their names in 2 columns, sunlight and shadows. The sunlight column is for those who celebrate your wins, who listen when you're struggling, who make you feel seen. The shadows, those are the ones who dim your spark, even if they don't mean to. Next, take one small, intentional step. If someone in the shadows column is draining you, try setting a boundary. For example, if a friend constantly vents without asking about you, you might say, "I hear you, and I'm here, but let's also talk about what's going well for both of us." If it's a coworker who undermines you, try redirecting with confidence. "I appreciate your perspective, but I'm confident in my approach here." These aren't confrontations, they're acts of clarity. Studies show that people who set clear boundaries report 25% less stress in their daily interactions. Imagine what that could do for your mental space. But Stoicism isn't just about saying no, it's about saying yes to what aligns with your values. In 2025, where we're juggling an average of 80 hours a week on screens, work, social media, streaming, your attention is currency. Spend it on people and pursuits that fuel your growth. Maybe that means joining a book club that dives into Stoic texts, or scheduling coffee with that friend who always leaves you inspired. It's about curating your life like you'd curate a playlist. Every choice should spark joy or growth. As we move forward, we'll explore how to turn these reflections into a concrete plan, one that not only protects your peace but builds a life that radiates resilience and purpose. You've started to see the masks, and you've anchored yourself in Stoic wisdom. Now let's get practical. How do you take these insights and turn them into a life that feels lighter, stronger, and more aligned with who you are? The Stoics believed that true strength lies in living with intention, in choosing your actions deliberately, no matter what. Chaos swirls around you. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic thinkers, said, "You become what you give your attention to." In a world where we're hit with over 10,000 ads a day, yes, that's a real stat, your attention is under siege. So let's build a fortress around your peace, starting today. Step 1, audit your energy. This isn't about overhauling your life overnight. It's about small, intentional shifts. Grab a notebook and try this exercise. Over the next 3 days, jot down every interaction that leaves you feeling drained or uplifted. Maybe it's the group chat that's always gossiping, pulling you into negativity. Or maybe it's that one friend who texts, "You got this," right before a big presentation. Notice the patterns. For me, I once realized a family member's constant, just joking comments about my career were chipping away at my confidence. It wasn't easy, but I started redirecting those conversations. "Hey, let's talk about something we're both excited about." That small shift changed everything. Step 2, set boundaries with kindness and clarity. Boundaries aren't walls, they're bridges to healthier connections. If someone's negativity is overwhelming, try this script. "I really value our time, but I need to focus on some personal goals right now." It's firm, it's kind, and it's honest. Research from the American Psychological Association shows that people who set boundaries are 30% more likely to report higher life satisfaction. That's not just a number, it's a better you. Step 3. Invest in what lights you up. Think of your energy like a bank account. Every interaction is a deposit or a withdrawal. In 2025, with the average American spending 7 hours a day on digital devices, it's easy to overdraft your mental energy, so choose deposits. Call that friend who makes you laugh until your sides hurt. Sign up for that yoga class you've been eyeing. Read a page of Marcus Aurelius's Meditations before bed. These aren't luxuries, they're necessities. I started a habit of writing one thing I'm grateful for every night. Sometimes it's as simple as a warm cup of coffee or a kind word from a stranger. That tiny act rewires your brain to seek the good. Finally, let's make this a challenge. Over the next week, pick one person from your ZENLIGHT column and do something intentional to strengthen that bond. Send a thoughtful text, plan a coffee date, or just say, "I'm so grateful for you." Then, pick one person from your shadows column and practice a boundary. It could be as simple as saying no to a draining invitation. Share your progress in the comments below. I'd love to hear how it goes. This isn't about perfection, it's about progress, one deliberate choice at a time. Next, we'll wrap up by bringing all these pieces together and showing you how to build a community that amplifies your light. Here we are, at the end of this journey through the 12 signs of hidden hatred, armed with Stoic wisdom and practical tools to live with intention in a world that's always trying to pull us off track. You've learned to spot the masks, those fake smiles, subtle jabs, and draining interactions, and you've discovered how to protect your peace like the precious resource it is. In 2025, where every scroll, every ping, every moment competes for your attention, choosing who and what gets your energy is nothing short of revolutionary. The Stoics would say you're not here to please everyone. You're here to live a life that's true to you, a life that radiates resilience, clarity, and purpose. So, let's make a pact. This week, take one step, big or small, to guard your peace and nurture the relationships that lift you up. Maybe it's setting that boundary you've been avoiding, or maybe it's reaching out to someone who makes your world brighter. Whatever it is, do it with intention, because every choice you make shapes the life you're building. Thank you for joining me on this journey at ZENLIGHT 8. If this video spoke to you, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into living with strength and clarity. Drop a comment below. Tell me which sign hit you the hardest, or share how you're protecting your peace this week. Your stories inspire this community, and I read every single one. If you found value here, share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Let's spread the light together. Keep shining, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay strong, stay true, and take care. In today's fast-paced world, where we're bombarded with over 3,000 notifications a month and endless demands on our time, the Stoic principle of focusing on what you can control is more vital than ever. Your energy is finite, guard it fiercely. Start small. Each day, notice one interaction that drains you and one that uplifts you. Lean into the uplifters, set boundaries with the drainers, and watch how your life transforms. Living with intention isn't about perfection, it's about progress, one choice at a time. Join the ZENLIGHT 8 community on YouTube to keep growing. Hit subscribe, ring the bell, and share your story in the comments. Which sign of hidden hatred have you spotted in your life? How are you protecting your peace? Your voice matters, and together, we're building a community that chooses truth, resilience, and connection.